All right, so we are live here with Richie. And do people just call you Rich?
Yeah, I mean, like they call me anything really,
So,
all the different nicknames.
so Richie is fine.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let me just go ahead and make sure that we are live. Okay, we are live. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And why don't you give us an introduction? Richie is one of our students in the program, and he actually recently just accomplished so much. And I am just so like, and I was like, Richie, like, what grade are you in? Just before the call started, and he was like, oh, I'm a ninth grader. And I'm like, all right, that's amazing. So, Richie, why don't you go ahead and give us an introduction? Where are you from? What is your passion project about? Yeah, we would love to learn more.
Yeah, so I'm a freshman at a health school called Middlesex County Academy for Allied Health and Biomedical Sciences. It's a long name.
It is.
um, and I'm in New Jersey. And my passion project is called Teens Against Racism. It's a student-led and student-run organization. It's an activist organization focused on using education and journalism to advocate for reform and attack the effects of racism in different departments. Specifically, since I'm focusing more on the medicine side, more on the healthcare system and the education system, especially.
Awesome. So, what had you actually start on the Passion Project?
I kind of started like, let's see, I would say like, I started planning and things like that, going over all the things, making my theme, going over how my passion project would work, looking at other people's passion projects as well, and kind of seeing theirs, and also seeing your counseling as well, and trying to come up with things, and then I eventually started around um, as as well. What really just kind of sparked me to really just start it was once I saw, like the police brutality becoming a topic again. Even though oftentimes, racism is racism is kind of seen as like a trendy movement. And I was thinking, like, especially for our generation, there are many kids that are like who don't understand how it feels for certain people, how important this movement is to them, and how my love for education, which is my personal interest, education is integral to that. So I decided to just spark it then, and now I'm leading it. We have nearly 50 members now already, and we have different departments. And I'm most involved in the journalism and social media department because I love doing education and journalism. And uh, our passion projects has been very successful. So we received a nomination. It's called Glassdoor. It is a student kind of a scholarship sponsorship program that really kind of takes it up a level. You get to speak with government officials, and they also send you information to media companies on how to publicize your campaign as well. So we got nominated for that, which is amazing, and I love that so much because we get to I get to take my passion project, my like the project I really love to do, and I get to take that to the next level to scale it up, and just I mean I executed it, now I'm scaling it up and making it more public. And I just got news. I was speaking with some people on LinkedIn because I made some connections on LinkedIn, and I was speaking with people, and I got an opportunity to be a panelist on a discussion about activism and how Gen Z and teens should be involved in that activism, which is great as well. And I was just shocked that just a single passion project could take me to that.
And who's on the panel with you?
So we are still organizing it, but there are other student activists that work with Black Lives Matter. That there's a group called Leaders Create Leaders. It's a student organization. It's a very popular student organization for student activism. They're trying to get companies on there as well to sponsor sponsor the discussion. And we are also getting individuals from like other organizations like about police brutality and things like that, and other medical organizations. There's a lot of different organizations. We're still planning it, but there's a lot of different organizations that are pitching in, sponsoring, getting people on the panel, and to be really, there's will also be a discussion. Of course, it'll be virtual. It would have been great if it was physical, but it's going to be virtual, and we're going to invite people. I'm working with the leadership to kind of. I'm working with. They invited me in. They kind of actually reached out to me first because I actually did not know how they found it out, but I kind of worked it out through my passion project eventually got public eventually, and now they reached out to me and then they said, can you come on? We're starting this panel discussion of activism, and I was like, great. And now I'm in, and they're organizing it, and they're getting a lot of people on. It's gonna be great.
Wow, that's a lot to take in from the audience perspective, and it's incredible to even it's just incredible. Just one passion project leading you to so many opportunities that you probably didn't even think of. And that's exactly what I'm saying when I tell everyone here, you have to put yourself out there. You can't just be hiding in your room or hiding in your comfort zone and not do anything or not put yourself forward. And because you put yourself out there, they were able to find you. And of course, I'm sure you did reach out via LinkedIn. You did do a lot of networking, but that's amazing. Yeah. So that trickled down to so many different opportunities. And I know I mentioned this earlier today, after you finish this panel, can you imagine what other opportunities you're going to get from this? And can you imagine if you reached out to professors using this as the evidence? Can you just imagine kind of the domino effect that would happen? I'm so excited for you. So what would you say to students who are, trying to start something or trying to start their passion project, and they're like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't think I could do this? What would you say to those people?
I would say, just do it. Like the Nike slogan, just do it. And I mean, I was literally in the same position. I compared myself to other students. I, for some reason, compared myself to other students that are older than me, even though
I know it's weird, right? But we do.
And just that of course was negative. Like you can't see yourself from the perspective of others. You have your own story, you have your own background, you have your own passions, you have your own academic interests, you have your own personal interests, you have your own values, personal values that you have because of your own story. And you can't compare yourself to another person with an entirely different story. And what I saw is, I just thought that, I mean, other people have done this before. Like there are other solutions. Like other people have had this passion before, but at some point I realized I just can't let this passion just stay and just linger. I had to, go out there and execute it and go out there and take my ideas, take my strategies and put it out there, to allow, it's just really simple. It's really simple. I know, especially for people who really, have that mindset that they can't do it, that they're not good enough, they can't do it, but just do it. That's literally is my advice. Just go do it. Even if you think oh, it's not good. I mean, I'm just 14. I'm just 15. There are other people that they're 30. The people that are 30. They're doing so much great things. And what can I do? That kind of imposter syndrome is there. But I mean, there's a whole list of great people. There's a whole list of great individuals out there who made so many accomplishments, and you should be there. You should be on that list. And what you need to do is to just do it. That's my advice.
Awesome. Yeah. So there's a bug near me. That's awesome. So what was kind of the difference that you saw? Because I think you were thinking about a passion product idea, and when you kind of followed our system, what really helped you out?
I think what really helped me out was, I think I'm trying to think because there's a lot of different things. But I think the most important thing was, I mean, first of all, just even the idea of a passion project, because I think the stereotypical thing is do this extracurricular, do
Yeah.
this, do this summer. Like right before I went into your consulting program, I was actually attempting to try to get into some really expensive summer program.
Oh, really?
Like then I realized, like, wait, why am I even doing this? Like, is this actually going to help me in the future? And I'm like, I'm sticking myself into a program that's only going to last 2 weeks and have this few set of classes. And is that going to provide any impact in my life while I can start something by myself, start in my own initiative? And then I realized that the passion project was the way to go. And I think what really kind of allowed my success to happen was just making my theme. Of course, setting like actually creating a passion project and making it effective takes a lot of time. You have a lot. There's different strategies involved and things like that, and that's in your program, of course. And those were great. But I think what really helped me was establishing my theme because I kind of, I've had different experiences in life. I just like to give my story here, but early on, I hated school. I thought I was nerds who didn't have a life. This was me back then. And, I thought that, okay, why can't you just go have fun? And I met a person who I still, just love today. He's my first tutor. And, he really inspired me, like kind of showed me the love of learning and like why you should learn. And from there on, I just realized that, wait a minute, I should really, care about school. I should really care about, these things because these things are going to, take me to the next level, allow my and from then on, my passion grew and grew and developed over time. And then eventually through your program, I realized that I could focus that passion into some meaningful project by creating a theme that was central to myself and was central to my application at that time. And like without that, I don't think I would have that. I wouldn't be able to focus that passion into a single defining thing that would guide, guide me through, the rest of my high school experience and allow me to have a successful, produce a successful application to these college admissions counselors who, even though I have a great story, out of like these admission counselors, they don't see you, and they haven't seen your life. I mean, they weren't observers looking at every single event in your life, and you have to show that in an application. And I think, just the idea of a theme, the idea of like a thing that was personal to you, that defined you and separated you amongst from the rest of the people that I would compare myself to, was just it was kind of a source of consolation for me that I wasn't like that by doing all this stuff. I wasn't just an average college applicant because that was my fear, just a fear of, not like a fear of being rejected, a fear of being normal and like being normal. Like, I mean, I've seen like high school student, gets, MIT research position and does this great. I'm like, like, how could I do that? Like, how could I get in? This person does this while I'm here in my room, watching a YouTube video of that person doing that great thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta do it. And, I gotta make my application sign. And that theme, that idea was, just, what started everything for me.
Awesome. So inspiring. Great. Is there anything else you'd like to share with students who they're probably wondering, like, is this really going to work? Is the passion project system going to work? I think there is a lot of fear and doubt, right? Before you make an investment or before you decide to actually even start something. So what would you share with those students? We'll end it on that note today.
Yeah. And I like to say I was in that same position. I was in that same position, you know, and what I would say to you is look at the system and just do it. And I thought that I would be rejected. So how could a teen be doing this activism at this, age or something like that? But then, you just have to realize that this is you. Like, you are you. and that's your passion, and that passion
Yeah.
is valid, and that's you. You are valid. You know, you are valid. You don't have to compare yourself to others. And you may doubt that you may be accepted, that your passion project could be successful. And I had that same doubt, but I would literally, literally say that immediately once we started, and I am not being figurative. Immediately once I started, having acceptance. I started, getting like I went an Instagram DM, made the Instagram for our organization, typed in this DM. Oh, can we get a shout out from you? And it's like yes, and that little yes to that shout out just kind of allowed me to get that consolation that okay, yes, my passion project is valid. I'm valid. My passion's valid, and I should continue doing this. And from there, it was like an avalanche of acceptance and an avalanche of opportunities. And by the way, it's only been like less than a month that I've like just done this passion project, and I've already received these opportunities, and
Wait,
like these opportunities,
you signed up a month ago?
yeah.
What? Okay. All right. This is doable in 1 month.
It is doable. It is doable. It is executable.
For some,
Plan,
yeah, go ahead.
brainstorm, plan, strategize, execute, and scale. That's it. That's the strategy. Follow the strategy, and it works. I mean, it works. I'll just say like, if you have a doubt, just do it. Just do it.
That's like the theme of today's conversation. Just do it. All right. Well, Richie, congratulations on your accomplishments. And you should just feel so proud of yourself, first of all, for getting there in such a short amount of time. And thank you for taking the time to get on today's call. Actually, today I was doing a call for our students in the program. And I was like, hey, Richie, do you want to be on the interview? And he was like, okay. So this was not planned at all. But yeah, thank you for sharing your experience with our passion project system, and can't wait to see what else you can do. Now you have to do outreach email, right?
Yeah.
That's next.
That's next. That's next. I've already been reaching out to people as well.
Okay, great. Like reach out to all of your dream schools, like seriously. Yeah, awesome. All right, I'll see you in the other Facebook group, but thank you so much for today's time, Richie.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, everyone.